Hi, I would like to just quickly go over this new robot here that I designed. It's called a dual entry robot. Premise being that charts go up and down, price goes up and down, so let's try and capture some profit both ways. So this is one that I've just set up last week, I think. When's it say here? June 17th. June 15th I set this up. So here we are on June 18th, and we are good for almost 500 bucks so far. So that's pretty good. This little robot is as good as any out there. I've bought a lot of robots. I've created a lot of robots, and this little dual entry does the trick. So it's got a couple of nice features here. You can see the profits. That's especially handy in the Expert Advisor when you want to test things out. And you also got your account balance and the day of the week, which again is helpful, more helpful when you're using it in the strategy tester. Speaking of which, I have the robot on the go here. I started this little strategy test 2015. Hold on, let's go to the strategy tester. I started this little puppy 2010, June 18th of 2010, and we are up to 2014 October 15th, and it's still going pretty well. Started with a balance of 10,000, and you can see here a balance is up to 27,000 in what's that, 2 years? So yahoo, pretty good. You can see the graph. There has been times when there's major drawdowns, but overall, well, we got through them, and overall, usually you'll be monitoring market conditions, and you'll be able to avoid those if you're paying attention. If you don't pay attention, you might lose some money, which is the case if with any robot. Any robot you use, any robot you buy, don't believe it if they say it's foolproof. It is not. If you just turn on a robot and turn your back, your account will be emptied before you know it. Okay, so I'll just run this little robot for you so you kind of get a feel for how it goes. So we're buying and selling. There's a few variables in there that you can change, like the lot size. Lot size, there's a way to change, you know, what kind of lot sizes you're going to be using in the system. But overall, it's a really good little robot. Now, as the strategy tester runs, the number of objects you have in the test. So you can see we have a lot of objects here. The number of objects you have really slows down your tester, so I like to delete them every now and then just to speed things up. So this is a 15-minute chart. And I've set the take profit on this for I think 10 bucks with a 10 bucks trailing stop, or a $10 trailing stop as well. And the martingale, it's set to about 20 pips. It'll look for an entry 20 pips away from the last entry if needed. That also can be modified. So I'm going to let this run until well, the end of its test, which is June 18th. Today is June 25th. So I'll let this run. I'm going to pause my recorder and I'll let this run. We'll see what happens with this little robot. Okay, so we made it quite a ways into June now. You can see we had some pretty notable drawdowns, but those were market conditions that we could have anticipated and negotiated our way out of a little better than we did with such a drawdown. But the robot still made it through, so we're okay. So I'll just finish up here. As you can see, our balance 30,000 after 5 years. Started with 10,000, so $20,000 profit over 5 years. That's pretty good. The important thing is that it made it through the 5 years during some pretty dicey economic times. Oops, got trouble. Well, I gotta pause. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I'm back. So kids were having a little meltdown there. Okay, so let's just let this run out the rest of the days and we can take a look at the report. So there's lots of different ways you can use this robot, of course. You don't have to wait for the profits to go. Sometimes I set the profit to take profit to like $1,000 and just let it run. And next thing you know, I'll end up with $3,000 profit. There's lots of different strategies you can use. So I've been doing this now for about 5 years. I got into, I was desperately looking for ways to make extra money as the family was growing. So I discovered Forex and I just thought it was a lot of fun. I got into it. I gotta say that it is an expensive learning curve. So I recommend to anyone who's new to use the strategy tester as much as possible. Look at as many strategies as they can and try your best to keep the emotions out of it. Long-term trading is better. Day trading is really hard on the nerves. If you're looking at that screen all day long, it's really hard to keep your finger off the mouse button. But if you look at it once a day, you know, maybe twice a day, you're going to see your results. They're going to be a lot better. Okay, so we're coming to the end of this 5-year test. So there's our graph. Pretty good. Here's our results. 30,000. Now we can look at the report. So we had a total net profit of $20,000, or that's $4,000 a year. It's pretty good. Now we did have a pretty high maximum drawdown. That can get a little nerve-wracking, but as I said, if you're watching this every day or every second day, you'd be able to minimize that drawdown. So there it is. Pretty interesting little robot. I've written a lot of them, and one thing I gotta say is they will all let you down if you don't pay attention. But this one, I have to say, is rock solid. Any more information? We'll put a link to this robot. I think I'll put it up on eBay, so you can take a look at it there. It won't be very much. I usually charge about 20 bucks for my robots. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them. Thanks for watching.